Hello everyone, myself Ruchi Patel, working as an assistant professor at LJ College of Physiotherapy. Today I am going to take a new topic that is OKC and CKC. So let's start with the presentation. The kinetic chain are used to describe how the force occurs during the human motion and how segments or structures of the body are linked together. There are two types of kinetic chain exercises, open kinematic chain and closed kinematic chain. Closed kinematic chain, it is also called as CKC. So when one end of the body or the one end of the chain remains fixed, it creates a closed system or closed kinematic chain. Most of the functional activities involving the lower limb that are closed chain motion, like example squatting, push-ups, etc. So closed kinematic chain exercises could be used after the anterior cruciate ligament reconstruction surgeries. The weight-bearing closed kinematic chain activities may be increased the compressive force on the joint and thus enhance the joint stability. In closed kinematic chain exercises, movement at one joint produces movements at all other joints. When a person in the erect standing position bends both the knees, so we can say the person is doing squatting, the simultaneously the motion must occur at the hip joint and ankle joint. The motion of the hip flexion and ankle dorsiflexion are predictably accompany the knee flexion. Now OKC, that is open kinematic chain. In open kinematic chain, one joint can move independently on others in the chain. Under the open kinematic chain condition, the foot is not fixed and the knee joint movement can occur independently. These exercises are performed typically where the hand or foot is free to move. These exercises are typically non-weight bearing type of and with the movement occurring at the elbow or knee joint. So during the open kinematic chain exercises, the knee joint, ankle joint movement may or may not be associated with the shoulder or at the wrist joint motion. Or we can say in the lower limb, it may or may not be associated with the hip or ankle joint. So the motion of waving hand may occur at the wrist without causing the motion at the elbow or at the shoulder joint. The same motion may also occur through the medial and lateral rotation of the shoulder joint. Here in this example, you can see this waving of the hand movement is associated with the shoulder movement, whereas here the waving of the hand motion is occurring at the elbow joint, right? With including the elbow joint and wrist joint. Now we'll see one example of lower extremity for open chain response. So if we ask the person to move in the forward direction, just try to touch in the near to the floor. That time, if the person is doing only the knee, only the hip flexion, that is insufficient to reach in the forward direction. As if the person is keeping the knee in extended position, then it is more difficult for the person to bend in the forward direction more, because here the hamstring will go for the passive insufficiency and that won't be able to produce or that won't be able to generate lengthening force more at the hip joint. So to move in the forward direction along with the knee, hip and ankle, we require the lumbar and the thoracic spine to move in the forward direction. So, in this open kinematic chain exercise, along with the hip, knee, and ankle motion, lumbar and thoracic motions are required. Correct? So here in this example, you can see how the person is getting bent. So he require the lumbar area, lumbar thoracic, hip flexion and knee extension, and the ankle at the dorsiflexion. So what are the advantages of open kinematic versus closed kinematic chain exercises? First, we'll see about closed kinematic chain. So it increases the joint stability, it stimulates the proprioceptors, it enhances the dynamic stability, and co-activation and co-contraction of muscle will be more, and it is a very functional exercises and very useful for the sports specific treatment. Then advantages of open kinematic chain exercises. So here the force which require, or the resistance which is provided, it is less. So here the decreased resistance force, and open kinematic chain exercises or activities are used primarily to develop muscular strength, and it promotes the functional activities and often associated with the single joint. So if the person is willing to do movement only at the one joint and he wants to improve their joint strength and mobility, then it is possible with the help of open kinematic chain exercises. Whereas closed kinematic chain exercises are the best after the any knee surgeries, especially ACL reconstruction surgeries, because after that if we give closed kinematic chain exercises, that reduces the load on the ACL, and it improves the dynamic stability, as well as it helps to stimulate the proprioceptors, and it is the safest exercise after the reconstruction surgeries. So this is all about a brief idea related to the open kinematic chain and closed kinematic chain. For the further detail, you all can refer Joint Structure and Function by Cynthia Norkin and our exercise therapy book, that is Kistner and Colby. Thank you.